We're here to talk about the new album, Traveling Wilburys, Volume 3. First, though, I'd like to know, because this is the first chance we have to ask you about that, how actually did the Wilburys project come about?
On the new record, or
Well,
originally? The
originally.
first time it came about, I just made a record called Cloud 9. In Europe, you know, they make those 12-inch singles, and they usually like to have an extra song on the record. So they asked me for an extra song, and I didn't have one already recorded. So I thought the easiest thing to do is just go in the studio the next day, write a song quickly, record it, and mix it, give it to them. And so that night I had dinner with Lynne, who was having dinner with Roy Orbison. We all had dinner together. And I said, well, tomorrow I'm going to go find a studio and go in someplace, make up a tune, and make this record. So I said to Jeff, do you want to come and help? And he said, yeah, okay, but the problem is, you know, where are we going to find a studio and an engineer so quickly? So Roy Orbison was there, and he said, oh, well, if you do something, call me. I'd like to come along and watch. So then I thought, well, Bob Dylan had a little studio in his garage. So I called him and said, do you mind if we come along tomorrow? He said, no, come along, that's okay. And Tom Petty also, I had to go to his house to pick up my guitar, it was around his house. So he said, oh, good, I'll come. I was wondering what I was going to do tomorrow. So the next morning, I started to write a song, and I thought, well, if Roy Orbison's going to come, it's silly to have him sitting there. You know, he's a better singer than everybody. I'll write a little part for Roy to sing. And Jeff thought that was a bit cheeky, you know. Anyway, we got to Bob's house, and Jeff and I finished the song off, music to it. We didn't write the words at that point. And then we wrote the lyrics, and that story, I've said that story many times about, to try and think of what the song lyric would be. We need a title or some idea, and I saw a box in the garage of Dylan's house. It said, handle with care. So we wrote the lyrics around that, and as I had the part for Roy, then I thought, well, I might as well get Bob and Tom and Jeff, everybody singing the middle part. So we made the record, we mixed it, I took it to the record company, and they said, oh, it's too good to just give to Europe on a extended play, because it's not going to sell Cloud 9 record, it's not on the album. And they didn't want it to be imported to America and for it to have no value. So I just kept the tape in my pocket, I kept playing it. I thought, well, the only thing I can think of doing is, if we did that one song in one day, all we need is 9 days with Bob and Roy, everybody, and we make an album. So that's what I did. I asked them to, let's make an album.
So basically you're the one who initiated the Traveling Wilburys as a group.
Well, yeah, it came about by those circumstances. And it just happened that Roy and Bob and Tom, everybody was there.
Mm-hmm. What was the main objective for the Traveling Wilburys? Just to have fun, or? Yeah,
just to write songs quickly, not get hung up about it, and just see what happened, really, and have fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, when I first read the bio and the info on the Traveling Wilburys, I thought it was brilliant, you know, call everybody a Wilbury. Who came up with that?